the same grade in school, so Myrna, as everyone called her back then, would always have all the boyfriends because she was so beautiful. They would like me, and then she'd come along and take them away from me. However, we did share one little boy. His name was Boyd. When we'd be in the movie, we would sit in the middle and hold both our hands. We lived in Todd Park, an army camp. I guess you'd call it that. And one of our chores on Saturdays was to wash the floors. They were smooth cement floors. As soon as they left us alone to do their shopping, we would shove whatever furniture we could move and pour out soap throughout the house. Then we'd get a bucket of water and throw it over the soap. We had such fun slipping and sliding all over. I guess our parents were pleased with the jobs because we did it every Saturday. We really bonded when we were 15 years old. By then she lived in Utah and I lived in the country in New Mexico. She would come around as much as she was allowed, which was practically every summer. For 3 wonderful months, we had so much fun. We weren't restricted to any particular time, so we'd go out and do what we wanted. And once we got home, we always held hands to keep ourselves steady as we passed my parents' room. Sometimes, when we woke up in the morning, we'd have our arms around each other. We'd open our eyes and laugh so hard. We cried when we were happy, and we cried when one of us was sad. We'd listen to our Mexican songs, and we'd sing along, and ended up crying. One saying we picked up with such songs was, "Ay, comadre, que vida tan ingrata." Hope I didn't slaughter that. Once we decided to ride horses. We each mounted one and started out on the road. When Maria's horse got stubborn and darted towards a tree, Maria either fell off or jumped off. I can't recall which it was. We decided that was not a good thing to try again. One time we went off with our boyfriends to get married. Thank goodness it was Sunday and judges don't work on Sundays. And to top it off, we were only 15. We looked forward to going to pick up the mail because we knew that's when our friends would be cruising up and down Peñasco, waiting for us to appear. We had good, clean fun. The worst was drinking a can of beer. She took care of me and I took care of her. When she moved to Albuquerque and then to Arizona, it was not unusual for us to spend up to 2 or 3 hours talking on the phone. When we were done talking, we'd simply say, "We'll pick up where we left off." We were so in touch with one another that when one called the other one would say, "I was just thinking about you and was getting ready to give you a call." My last precious memory will be when I walked into her room. She hugged me and I told her I loved her, and she tried to tell me she loved me too. I know that's what she was trying to say. I asked her to give me a smile, and with her weak lips, she smiled. "I'll miss you, my friend, my confidant, my sister." Okay, well, why spoil it? I'm up here. I'm going to give you my memories, too. If you asked me one phrase, one word, or something that would describe my Aunt Myrna to me, I would tell you she was my safe haven. Many times through my life, I had struggles, and the first thing I wanted to do was run. So I'd get in my car, and my car would lead me to her. I'd knock on her door in a panic, and she knew. She'd open her door and hold me in her arms, and she'd let me say whatever I needed to say. But most of the time it ended up with her making me laugh, and we'd talk about all the things I had to do to fix what had happened. And then she'd bring out the snacks. Because she knew snacks always made me feel better. So we'd lay on the bed, and Brooke was usually there. We'd one bed, and we'd talk. And if I wasn't happy with someone, she wasn't happy with them either. If I didn't like something, she didn't like it either, and it was all okay. But one of the last times I came out here, 2 times, she was a lover of everything, all creatures. When she moved in with Elizabeth, my mom and I came out to see them. And we were peeking in the backyard one day, and we saw a turtle in the backyard. And we're like, oh, there's a turtle. So for our entertainment, every day we'd all run to the backyard to watch the turtle. Well, I guess she kept the turtle, and she would feed it grapes every day. And then one day the turtle was gone. We were so impressed that there was this wild pet turtle in the backyard. But the last time I came out to see her in Arizona, Elizabeth was so strict with her and just wanted her to maintain her healthy, good lifestyle that she just didn't want her to have stashes of anything that was bad.
Oh, her junk food.
So I can remember seeing her. We were waiting outside for her to get home, and she came driving up in her, what is it, HHR? Her car. And she comes out, and she has these bags from Rite Aid. And they're full of chips and dip and candy. And so she comes in, and I says, what are we doing? She says, well, I told Elizabeth that you have to have your chips and dip. And I said, are you sure that's for me, or is that for you? So we gorged ourselves until she finally got sick and didn't know why she got sick. So those are some of my loving memories of my auntie, and I will miss her, and I will take her with me, as I know we all will. So thank you for teaching me to love unconditionally and to be loved unconditionally. You were my heart, and you're in my heart forever.